The biggest day that we've had during the event window, and a chance we'll be getting into those quarterfinal heats very soon. But right now, a big matchup between two Brazilians. Wiggolly Dantas on the backhand will be up against a former event champ here in Adriano de Souza. It looks like we've got some waves approaching at the moment. Wiggolly holding that inside position. Let's see what he can do with it. Found his best ride of his last heat on his final effort. Let's see if he can kick it off with a big number this time. Solid hit there. Just has that swift transition through those backhand hooks as he drives up onto the oncoming section once again. And there is a good, clean start to the heat for the man in red.
That is exactly what he wanted to do. You know that Adriano is going to battle for that inside spot. Looks like he conceded it. And this one feels right in that same realm. Again, very strong start. We see that, look at that, double pumps his bottom turn, but look how much drive he got out of it, because he went right back to the open face, connected with the lip. And then this hook, there's that fire hose. Not as good as he usually does, but that's still awesome. Has a solid finish with the drift.
And trying to bag himself at least another quarters finish here at Bells Beach. We know he can go all the way though. Let's see what he can do with this one. His first ride here in this round 5 effort. Nice big wrapping top turn on this ride, and now just looking to get a little more critical on the end section. Not an easy read there. You know, we think back to Margaret River and how difficult the end section is there. A bit of a lottery really when you get to the inside. That big closeout section there on the shore break over the years. Adriano gets a pretty solid finish here. It seems like surfers are getting more aggressive with that end section in recent times.
Well, there's payoff. I mean, that's what happens, right? If you connect with it and you get that payoff, you got to go for it. This one, very similar wave that we saw. Get that outside section, a slow portion. We'll see that with the tide.
Thank you, Strider. Big news, we could be crowning a champ here today at Bells Beach. Adriano de Souza, he's been there, he wants to get there again. Kicks off this ride with some added fire. A 6.5 on his first wave. And he knows he's got to stay on pace here with Wiggolly Dantas, who dropped a 7.83 early on. A great start to this ride, and Adriano now trying to find a good finish as well, and he'll do that. Just over 20 minutes remaining.
I mean, the worst case scenario is that he gets Wiggolly into this wave, but it was a great wave choice. He had the outside turn, beautiful carve. This thing moved off the reef again, so it's very similar to what he had a slow period, but he stays with it, and he's going to get that inside steep section. He knows it's there. He's been here before. Again, connected with it. You see the full difference in the water texture as you move into that inside section. All of a sudden, there's 3-4 inch rough water, and he was able to move right through that maneuver and pull it off.
Here goes Wiggolly now, looking for a backup to go with a 7.83. The numbers just dropped for Adriano's last ride. He got an 8.17. Wiggolly now needs a 6.85. Beautiful bottom turn to vertical hit on that last section, and he's going to bring it through to the inside now, looking for something explosive, but just a bit of a redirect there, so not a major turn to finish that ride off.
I like what he did there. He waited for a set wave. He got himself a set wave, good size, not too big, so it moved off the reef, so it gave him the steeper section on the outside. There's that perfectly timed snap. Ton of water off the rail, straight into this one. That was the money turn. Straight up, 12 o'clock. Drives through there. That was like a carve through the lip. And then here, would have loved to have a stronger finish, but you know what? Still, I think this is going to be a good score. Just because of the connection with the lip. There's his snap where he gets, you almost see 2 different levels of spray coming off his rails. Look at that, he sets it up, that low arm and vertical tag off the top, and that connection with the lip is the advantage of the backhand, because you're able to get onto that toe edge. And a pretty big number.
A really big number, an 8.77. Looking at this matchup on paper, Pete, before these surfers hit the lineup, the advantage would have to go to Adriano. The numbers he's been posting throughout the rounds. Felipe Toledo just dominating at that stage of the event. Here we go, Wiggolly Dantas up, first turn. So strong, but he's going to get caught behind, unfortunately. So he won't better that 7.83, and De Souza now will get his shot. Chasing an 8.44, loading up. Has been beautiful with these big frontside hacks throughout the event. And now he's really starting to add some aggression to these turns. Just getting a little bit more laid over, a bit more committed. As he brings this one right through to the inside, loading up once again. And bang, finishes with a huge layback hit on the closeout there. It feels good.
It was a subtle claim. Look at the smoother face here. It carries a ton of speed into this first turn. Again, extension and snap. Knows that this is going to give him at least 3-section opportunity on that outside, which it did. Gets a little foamy here, but he stays with it. And then the important finish. Again, he attacks it. There's a subtle little pump up claim and not too over the top, but you like the passion. He's in. Look at the very beginning of this wave. He knows how much speed means, and he carries a ton of it right into this move. Again, almost grabbed his rail. You see he touched the hand of the rail. That's him getting low into the turn. But these combination of major moves, two solid, get the fins up and over. That's commitment again. It's difficult to do, to keep that much speed together as you're going through those moves. You know, just top to bottom on the outside. And then he makes sure that he's going to clean it up through the inside section as this wave moves off the reef, goes a little flatter. But he did push it on the cutty. And then pick up speed, pumps down the line, and just karate chops that last section. You'd have to say that that's going to rival the best wave of the heat. He'd be right there in contention.
Saying he does have another gear to go to, and he can add a little bit more to each of these turns. He's doing that now. He's just put away an 8.67. That last ride was very strong, and now Wiggolly needs an 8.07. Just a little caught behind after that first turn, but he will get back out in front of it. A super quick float. Didn't get right on top of the roof, but used that section to transition down the line. Again, every time he goes to the lip, it's like he gets a bucket of water and just throws it up into the sky.
Very strong first turn as he hooks it straight up, but that little up, you know, and then he has to pump to get to the next section. Again, late hits it and then has to pump again. So the judges would love when you connect bottom turn to maneuver, and not pump around the section. So that's going to affect the score. You know, he already has a 7.83. Feel like it's not going to go quite any higher, so he's going to have to start once again and get himself priority and find himself a better wave. We've had action-packed, very entertaining. We've had drama. We've had stuff we've never seen before, and you always like that when you come into an event.
We've had lots of sets, plenty of consistency out there at the moment. As Adriano gets another opportunity. Now looking to drop an 8.17, loads up, holds that rail under the lip, pushing on that tail through those turns. Here's a big section, and the pint-sized Brazilian goes up and over and finishes very strong. Here's Wiggolly having a shot at the lead now. He might need more than an 8.07 after Adriano's next score comes through. Nice hit there. Love those big drawn out bottom turns, allowing him to get that vertical approach. And a smooth climb up onto that end section, but you saw that white water just kick up. Well, no question about it. He ripped this wave apart.
Well, it's going to get rewarded for it too. But again, carries all that speed, knows this wave so well because of all that time spent. Look at this nice, steep, round carves. Just, you talk about his surfing, mistake-free. He's just smooth. Look at quiet, it connected hard off that final section.
That was a big section too. That was one of those closeouts that kind of came together before it reached the shore break, so there was a little bit more height in that swell. Wiggolly had a beautiful opening turn himself, very critical.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's unfortunately the wave, again, didn't give him that second section, so there's kind of a distinct difference in the wave choice. You know, and then also this fall, but how smooth was that transition? And then the bump takes him down. Had he pulled that one off, you would think that that's going to be enough to kind of keep him right on pace, but it just came shy.
He's been so strong at this contest over the years since he joined the tour back in 2006. Has had some great finishes. And he's on his way to another big one here. So, 3 world champions in the quarterfinals. John Florence, Mick Fanning, and now Adriano de Souza. Adriano will take on Jordy Smith in quarterfinal number 4.